Hi lovelies, welcome back. So in this video is very short and quick. I'm going to show you how to add an inseam pocket to your trouser or your skirt. So if you want to learn how to do this, stick to this video, watch this video to the end, and if you like this video, please don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up. Like this video. If you're new here, you're welcome, and don't forget to subscribe and recommend this channel to your friends. So for this video, I have a pattern paper, and also I have two sets of fabric, one black and a blue, just to demonstrate how you can fix this pocket to your skirt or your pants. I also have my pattern master, a ruler, a marker, and a scissors. So first off, on my pattern paper, I'm just going to give you a little illustration of what the pocket would look like before transferring it to my pattern, to my fabric, sorry. So on this paper, I have the length as 9 inches and the width as 9.5. So basically what you'll be needing for your inseam is just to make sure that your hands go through the pocket and that you have enough room inside the pocket to move your fingers around. So on my paper, I'm going to just measure the length of the opening for my pocket. So I like to just measure the opening just so that it's not too tight and it's not too loose. So make sure that you know what you want, but I would recommend that you use 6.5 to 7 inches. That would be your sewing allowance inclusive. So I'll take 7 inches for my pocket opening, and ½ inch will be for the joining of the pocket, or sewing of the pocket rather. So I've marked a straight line on my pattern paper, and I also marked the 7 inches like I said. So from that 7-inch point that I marked on both sides of the line, I'm just going to just draw out a shape following my fingers, following the way I placed my fingers on the paper. I'm just going to just mark out the shape like I said. Make sure that you have enough room inside the pockets when you place your hands inside, and your fingers can move around easily. So I'm going to just draw out the shape that I want, and after that I'm just going to highlight the shape so that you can see what I have. So I went in with my pencil first just to make sure that I get the shape that I really want, and after I have marked it with my pencil, I will take my marker and also just bring out the shape the way it's going to look like. So now that we've done that, here is what the shape of the pocket is looking like, and next up I'm going to just go ahead and cut out the shape. So after drawing out the shape and cutting out the shape, I'm going to just add all of my annotations on it. I will indicate that this is a pocket, and I also indicate that when you cut this piece on your fabric, you're cutting 4 pieces. So you're cutting 2 for each side of your pocket. So after cutting out and indicating all of my annotations, I'm going to place this pattern on my fabric. So I'll be making use of the blue fabric for the pocket. And what I'll do is I'm going to fold my fabric into 2 right sides facing each other. So the right side of the fabric facing each other, folded into 2, and place your pattern on it and just go ahead and cut it. So when you place your pattern on it, you can just use some couple of pins to hold it down, or if you have some weights, you can just place the weights on the pattern to make sure that the pattern does not move around when you cut it on your fabric. So now I'm cutting out the pattern on my fabric, and after cutting out the pattern on my fabric, this is the shape that we have. So I'm just going to be using the black piece for the for attaching the pocket. So the black piece, the black material that I have, is going to serve as a skirt, just to demonstrate to you how it will look like if you attach this pocket to your skirt or your trouser. So now I have my black piece, which is going to be the main material, the main fabric. So I will take my pockets right sides facing each other. So what you do is you grab your skirt or your trouser or your shorts, whatever it is you're making, you place the pockets right side of your main fabric facing the right sides of each pocket. So make sure that they both align together. Make sure that the distance between each of them corresponds, because if they don't, when you are done attaching them separately and then come back to attach the pockets, you might have difficulty aligning them again. So make sure that they both align together, the distance, the space you're giving them are the same, so that when you are done joining each of this piece separately on the main fabric, that they still align together when you come back to join the pockets separately as well. So what I'll do now, after placing the pockets on the main fabric, I'm going to go to the sewing machine and sew 1/2 inch on each side of the pocket to join the pockets and the main fabric together. So here it is, we're joining the pockets, and I'm going to be sewing on a 1/2 inch sewing allowance on my fabric. So like I said, you're attaching it separately, the two pieces, you're attaching them separately, you're attaching the other pocket and the other main fabric separately. So here we are, we've attached the pockets separately, and this is what I have. You can see the 1/2 inch stitch that I have on both pieces. Now after we've attached the pocket, next up what we are going to do is to run a top stitch on the pocket. So you are going to place your pocket on a table. I'm just going to take it to my work table now, and I'm going to iron it outward. So you iron, after sewing that down, you iron your pocket outward. So make sure that when you iron your pocket outward, you take it back to the sewing machine and run a stitch on it. So you're going to be running a top stitch on it. So the essence of running a top stitch on it is so that your pocket doesn't pop out of your garment when you are done attaching it finally. So sorry I skipped a video on how I did the top stitch, but if you look closely, and also sorry the weather is kind of messy today, so if you look closely, you see that I have a stitch on my pocket facing the seam allowance side. So that will be for the pockets top stitching. So next what you need to do is to place the pockets, the two of them together, right side facing each other. Grab them together, right side facing each other, right side of the main fabric facing the right side of the other main fabric, and right side of the pocket facing the right side of the pocket, so that you have the wrong side facing you. And you're going to just hold the pockets together with a pin. Now after you've held them down with a pin, you're going to stick to the sewing machine, and you sew from that point, that is from the top all around the pockets up until you get to the other side of the pocket and then down. So make sure that you don't sew from the top down. If you do that, you're going to be closing your pockets. So now we have sewn the pocket from the top all around down to the other side of the pocket, and after sewing it, this is what the pocket looks like. You can see that the pocket is inside already, it's concealed inside. And I'm just going to open up the pocket so that you see, and if you see the inside, you can see the top stitch that we did. You can put your hand inside, it is coming in and it is going inside and coming out nicely. It is not too tight. You can see all the stitches that we did on the pocket. Pocket is nice and it's sitting inside, it's not popping out. And the reason why it's not coming out of your garment when you put your hand inside is because of the top stitch that we made on the pocket. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give me a huge thumbs up, and if you are new here, please do not forget to subscribe, share, comment, leave your comments in the comment section, and also like my videos. Until I see you in my next video, to have a lovely day and remain positive wherever you are.